I should add a warning though. It's not for everyone, really. So there are reports. There are many, bad trips that happen as well. People get very anxious. For example, you I've got a lot of gothic imagery, like satanic stuff, which I'm fine with, but I think a lot of people wouldn't be. Um, I've heard of horrific incidents, for example, where people think they're in a void of nothingness infinitely and they will never escape. Things like that, can't be good for you, really. so,
Yeah.
so that, it comes with a warning. So there are basically, you can get extreme experiences, and generally, I think most people get a lot out of them, just like fascination for a start, if not, self-therapy. But yeah, there's a dark side to them as well, strangely. Just like with dreams, there are also nightmares, which are rarer, but they happen.
I like that you bring up the kind of dark side and the dangers, because I mean, I guess they're extreme experiences, so you can get extreme good but extreme bad. But when we start taking them more seriously, and you realize, like, whatever the ontological grounding, like, that you have a real experience, like, that does that, with the dangers of it, should people, I mean, it's weird. I mean, do you think that, like, because we don't understand a lot about them, right? I mean, we also don't have a cultural grounding. We talk about set and setting, like if people have like these strange experiences of being in a void, maybe, a shaman, thousands of years ago, be like, oh, it's obvious you're having this kind of experience. But in our time, it's like, what on earth are you supposed to do with these kinds of experiences?
We're disconnected from them. I mean, the mysteries were shut down by the Christians with Theodosius I in the 4th century AD. And, it's part of the history of consciousness, really, I think. Then kind of spiritual life was then monopolized by the church. And, we lost connection to these other views, on an institutional level, at least, you're right. So, yeah, and when LSD was thrown into the US, it's like people were like, what the hell, what's going on? It's like a bomb thrown into culture there. It's what was suppressed partly, probably. So, yeah, you would need to begin to establish certain protocols, perhaps, certain frameworks to understand it. This is why I'm pushing for this metaphysical framework, like a metaphysical menu of understanding different psychedelic experiences, not to impose it in any way, but just to say, look, you can see it in this way and that way. And different forms of clinical therapy are being developed now, protocols. We're in Exeter, actually, we're offering a first postgraduate certificate in psychedelic studies to sort of make this more academic as well, starting in January next month.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I think this can be developed, but at the moment, yeah, we're at a very early stage where we just don't really know what's going on. You're right. But I think not. But it's just so intrinsically fascinating that everyone wants to know. And like I say, research in the 50s, 60s was therapeutic. There was a lot of positive results from that. Stan Grof, people like this, Hoffman and whatever. And then it got out of hand, with partly due to Timothy Leary, who gave it to his students. Then it was suppressed by Nixon and the UN. But now in the last 10 years, we've seen, okay, let's take these seriously again, and reinvestigate their therapeutic potential, their general potential. And it seems like if we're careful now, we don't overdo it. It could develop into something really fantastic. The danger is that things are overstated, dangers are minimized. The right-wing press, Daily Mail or whatever, starts criticizing it, and then the whole thing kind of blows up again like it did before.
It's even one reason I say, like, to acknowledge like darker, dangerous experiences is that if people are going to have some, because I mean, I don't think it's maybe not possible to like get rid of all of them, or if you did it, you're going to make it so dulled down and so small doses, it's no point doing it. And so people need to, then you're going to have the Daily Mail go, oh wait, this one person had this experience. Like, yeah, they did. So like, in a way, it's kind of sometimes I think essential.
It's inevitable, but I mean, always compare it to other drugs which are legal, like alcohol. I mean, for most of us, in Britain at least, it greases the social cogs, as they say. It's generally good. But there's a high percentage actually of, cirrhosis of the liver, violence, accidents, driving accidents, whatever, that come with it. So if we're going to be consistent, we should say, well, if we're going to ban these because small percentage are not positive, then we should ban alcohol, cigarettes, and sugar even, right? So, then it becomes a political, ethical question about, what's the basis of prohibition.